Oh, okay. We are live. So, like I said earlier, give me a second to share it to my personal page. Okay, guys, I don't know if anyone is on. If you're on, say hi. Let us know you're on.
Hey y'all.
Those that are on, share the live, tag somebody, bring somebody in. This is our guest, guys. Y'all use her. This is what she is here for. Get those questions and those comments out. Um, Make sure you're typing. Anything you want to know, type them in the chat box. I'll get to them as soon as I can. Once again, share the live, tag somebody in. Hey, to those, I don't know if you can see the comments, but to those that are going to say hey, hi in advance. So let's go ahead. So our topic is on generational curses. So I'm going to go ahead and let our guest do her introduction.
Well, hello, you guys. If you guys don't know me, my name is Wanakee Henry. I own Candle Sense, Candles by Wanakee. Of course, that's your dessert and drink decorative candles. A lot of you guys can follow me on Facebook, or you can follow me on Wanakee's underscore candle underscore sense on Instagram. Um, of course, you guys, I come from a city where agriculture and finance is just one of those things, programs that were removed from our curriculum in our school. So of course, I'm going to talk about 5 generational curses that we face as a city, as a culture, and then of course we'll get into everything. Look, type in your questions or your comments,
Please.
and I'll be happy to address them.
Definitely use my speaker, y'all. Get y'all questions and comments in. I hear a little, so I don't know if you hear it. Okay, guys, she did say her links, but I do have her links in the caption. So when you guys click out, whenever you're done watching or when this is over, you can always come back to the live and follow her links that are in the caption. Her website, Instagram, Facebook, email account, all of that is in the caption, just in case you guys missed her verbally saying them. So let's go ahead and get into our topic. Please ask your questions. Please comment. Like we said, this is going to be good. This is something we all need to speak on. So use our guest, guys. Use our guest.
Use
Use
me. I
her.
don't know everything, and I'm not a research expert, but I know enough to be able to say something about it.
So, what made you decide to choose this particular topic?
Um, Growing up in East St. Louis, I can't say it wasn't a challenge. Um, Being anybody who travels outside of East St. Louis and outside of the Midwest, you guys can like agree that things are different. The culture is different. The way people treat you is totally different. So I just want to shed a little light on some of the things that we have going on in our city. Um, as I mentioned before, agriculture and finance was one of the many programs that they removed from the curriculum. I don't know if you guys remember, but I know in 2002, when I got to Eastside, that was the last year we had music. That was the last year we had home economics. And it took an effect on these kids. Even the finance classes, these kids are going out into the world unprepared. However, if they were somewhere else, they wouldn't have the situation. They wouldn't be in a situation. Not to talk bad on the city, but we have some issues.
Yeah.
5 social institutions that keep racial inequality cycling from generation to generation. Intentionally or unintentionally, you have the housing disparity that leads to low education and dropouts. You have, which also leads to poor overall schooling and funding. Now, that for our children primarily leads the blacks entering into the criminal justice system because they only have about 5 options after high school.
Man.
So that leads them entering into that criminal justice system. And because of the media, social medias and the medias and motion pictures influence on our culture, there comes some prejudice. And Blacks typically don't get the best jobs or the proper make proper investments or the best education overall from this prejudice that a lot of people have about us. And it's not just East St. Louis, it's us overall, but we're going to take care of us while we're here talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. So just the key points that we spoke about before, you can go ahead and give off the 5 stages of generational curses that you want to kind of tackle on this slide.
Sure. Those 5 stages of generational curses, that would be the financial curse that it has on the culture. Mentally, our mental health curse. This is not just East St. Louis, but the mental health curse on our culture. The physical aspect, the physical curse that it may have on our culture. Emotionally, like I said, our mental health issues. Spiritually, how we're stuck all in one place. So if I didn't mention them before, like I said, as far as our men, it holds our men back, and it kind of traps our men into it's just this generational cycle. Just in my family, my sister had my niece very young, and a lot of the women in our family, even my mother, she had us very young before she went to college. So one of the curses that in my family was that educational curse. And becoming a teen mother, it was a curse on our family. I was a teen mother, had my son at 17. And so my niece, Alexis, she broke that curse. She didn't have children in high school. She doesn't plan on having children in college. That was just one curse we were able to break. We still working on those financial curses, and we still working on those things that hold us back.
That's right, guys that are on. Don't forget to ask your questions. Put your comments in a box so Wanakee can get to you guys.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Nate.
Anything that you say, like I said, go ahead and ask the questions. Type the comments in, and when she's done talking, I'll try to get to your comment or question and put it on the screen for her to tackle you. So moving on, let's tackle this first generational stage, and that has to do with our children. Let's tackle that.
Well, I'm gonna get to that as soon as I go over just what a generational curse is.
Okay.
It's an uncleansed inequity that increases strength from one generation to the next. It affecting the members of a family and all who come into relationship with that family. So a family curse, an ancestral curse, a generational curse, a hereditary curse. That's your physical aspect. A lot of those, what's a hereditary curse in my family? Hair loss. Goodness, Jesus, hair loss, and just not only hair loss, but bipolar schizophrenia on my father's side. It's bad. But that's if you're not aware. Also, spiritual. Sometimes religiously, what we believe can be a curse if we didn't originate it within our culture.
I agree.
So as far as the children go, those children to me really have 5 options after high school. They can get into the workforce. That's if you don't want to go to school right away, but you do want to start work, or you already have a job. You hop right into the workforce. Some of our children do go right off to college. Ill prepared or not, they still go. Some of our children go to the military, which is also a good option. But in our times, is that what we want our children to do? It's not a bad option, but it's, sometimes the military gives them those characteristics that they didn't build with their family. And another option that our children have after high school, they can seriously not do anything, which will lead them to jail or will lead them to death. And those last 2 options, jail and death, a lot of people that grew up with us can relate when I can say we've lost too many good people for no reason, for foolishness, drugs, money, jealousy, just foolishness.
It's like no purpose, no vision or anything. So they get to after high school, if they don't have a purpose or a vision, then they jump into whatever seems good at that moment or whatever has a stronger pull at them. And it gets them to everything you just named. So it's gonna be it's jail or death after that.
It really is. I grew up in Parkside. And Parkside was, the dark side. Parkside was just known for so many bad things when I was coming up, but I had a perfect childhood from what I could remember. I do remember my mama working and busting her butt, and I also remember going in when the street lights came on. Like, that was my childhood. Um, although I didn't grow up in the projects per se, I grew up in the hood.
Yeah.
However, with our Black culture, with a lot of people in our Black culture, not so much right now because we're all trying to build and do better things, but it still is an issue.
Yeah.
The housing disparity, how they take the Black man out the home, and that's the only way you can receive this assistance. It doesn't matter that both of you guys' income together isn't making enough to make it. That didn't matter. The housing disparity, where the system is designed to take the Black man out the home, leaves us with a fatherless child in most cases, because our government gives our women, they give them what? Food stamps. They give them cash assistance. They give them
Free health insurance.
free health care. You making it easy for her not to have a man, not to have the father in the home. There isn't even a whole lot of situations where I could say no, there isn't even a whole lot of situations where I could say that, that were extremely successful without dad being at home. It may look that way, but at some point, your child is going to fill in a void, or there's a lack somewhere thereof. So that housing disparities leads to the low education and the dropouts.
I want to tackle before you continue. I'm sorry. Nay said broken homes. I know, I also do relationship coaching and topics as well. And most people feel like they tackle cheating as one of the major things that's contribute to broken homes. It's not. If everything Wanakee is saying, this welfare thing, this poverty thing, this government system thing, that's the biggest, I feel like, most number one thing that's getting us to this broken home thing. Because like she said, and I've heard women say this, I had to get myself out of this mindset because I almost found myself getting there because of the family I came from. But I hear women saying, I cannot have such and such stand with me, because if they find out that the man is with me, they're gonna take my food stamps, they're gonna take my health insurance, they're gonna take my Section 8. And you think, oh, it's good, I'm living for cheap, or I'm getting help in life, but it's not good, because how many women do you know who's been on that for years is actually ahead in life? How many you know?
Not by far.
Not by, yeah, it's not many. Now, if that's a stepping stone, that's what we don't realize. Food stamps, government systems, Section 8, all that, it's completely a stepping stone. It's not meant for us to stay there. Yeah,
it's okay to have. We may need it.
Yeah, stepping stone. Keep that in mind, stepping stone. But when you decide to stay there, you build that generational curse of poverty for your children. You're teaching them, because that's what I was raised into.
You're teaching them you're not ready to grow.
Yeah.
You're teaching them you're not going to elevate from where you are. You're going to stay in the same place.
It's nothing better outside of food stamps. It's nothing better outside of Section 8 or getting government health insurance. That's what you teach them. You're not purposely teaching them that, but subconsciously, this is the generational curse we putting on our kids.
Generation to generation, unintentionally or intentionally, it's happening before our eyes.
Yep.
Before our eyes.
And teaching, and I'm gonna go as far as to say this, many might not agree, but it's also teaching your kids that there does not need to be a man in the house. And I feel like that's where the broken home, that main agenda, I feel like, for the Section 8 and the government system, that's the broken home syndrome.
Yes, it is. Another thing, that census came out 2020, come out every 10 years. When that people do not fill out the census. Why not? The more we become accountable, the more funding there will be for our schools. One thing, like I said, I went to East Side just like a whole lot of people. My son went up here to Collinsville. Collinsville is no better than East St. Louis to me on a physical aspect. However, my son was in archery classes his first day at gym.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh my God, it's the funding, son. It's not the teachers. We have great teachers in East St. Louis. We have great teacher aides. We have great parent teachers. We have a community of winners. Trust me. It's the funding. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. I just looked at a post this morning, where it said that it looked like on the map, it was a color map. It looked like the entire North County didn't turn in a census.
Mm-hmm. That's
bad. That's why North County looked the way it do. And don't get me wrong, that's why East St. Louis looked the way it does. Our funding, corrupt politicians, even if we don't have them now, we had them before, and it affects us now because we don't have the things that we need now. Look, we ain't even got no parking charges down in East St. Louis. It's terrible. Just so I don't go off the topic too much, that poor fund that the funding that we don't have, that leads to poor schooling. Our children are not given the same opportunity that other children are given in other districts because of this funding. Whether the city is taking it from us, or whether we have funding or we have resources for our children and we don't use them. I'm not saying that they're not out there. I'm just saying that we don't maximize our opportunities.
Mm-hmm. And you're saying that this is one of the things that many people should have filled out. I know a lot of people, going back to the whole children thing, people didn't fill it out for the fact that I don't want them to know what's going on in my household. And then if they did fill it out, they most likely lied about, the information on there. But it's because that mindset of, what am I going to lose my food stamps, or am I going to lose my Section A? Am I going to lose my free health insurance? It's that mindset of, like Lance said, staying complacent. A lot of us want to stay complacent in what we're doing, but then we complain that our children don't have, they're like the low underdog, or whatever. But
our culture does that all together. We blame people for why we are not moving forward. We blame every other culture for why we are not moving forward. I'm not saying that we shouldn't stick together and fight for what's right. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if the system is what had you down, is the system going to keep you down? What's stopping you from moving? It's our mindset. Totally our mindset.
It's definitely a mindset. Always the mindset. Guys, ask your questions, comments, get them out to her. That's what she is here for. She's giving off a lot of information, and it's overwhelming already, and we're not done. We just started. So it's going to get overwhelming. As y'all can see, I got my pen. I normally don't take notes, but I have my pen because it's a lot of information that we need. To some, it may be boring. If it's boring to you, that's okay. I know everybody have different interests, but these are the things we don't tackle, which is why, like she said, the Black community, we're where we're at. We want to blame everybody else, but we're where we're at because we don't want to get the knowledge and the education that we need to get ahead and stick together as a united front. That's on us. So you got to get this information now when people are speaking on it, and Wanakee is a perfect person to speak on this. So get y'all questions and comments out, guys. So moving on to stage 2. Let's talk on Black women independence.
We touched on it just a little bit when we were talking about how the government wants to keep us so independent that we don't need men. And this is coming from a single woman. I need a man.
Yes.
I want a man, but I need him.
Yes.
If we all collectively come together, we are the most powerful force, human force out there. But we cannot. Black women, and I've been around enough Black women. I've the mindset that we speak on, Brandy. I've had that mindset before. I've had that mindset before. To be honest, I recently got out of it. They try to make Black women so independent, and to keep the man out of the household.
Yeah.
But there is your financial backing. There is your mental backing. There's your spiritual backing, and that's one of the generational curses that we have, the Black woman independence. And I hate how they push that through our media. Beyonce, she had made a whole CD about being independent. That's cool, sis, but you married. You know what I mean?
Married, but got her own bag though. You know,
Got her own bag.
that's what get me with the women. I'm not saying don't have your independence, but black women, listen to me. This savage lifestyle is not it. You cannot follow somebody who's married and got her own bag, whether that man leave her or not. She can take care of her own without him. You cannot follow that mindset from a woman who has it like that. You don't have it like that, sis. You need that man. You know,
Yes.
even if you do have it like that, don't, I mean, it's selfish behind that whole I don't need a man. No, what is it? I've heard somebody say, I want a man, I don't need a man. No, baby, you want and need a man.
I need him.
Yes. Yes, that's period. Like you want, and I can't believe I just said that. I don't even like that word, but you want and need a man. Let's get out of this black independent selfish mindset and be honest with yourself.
Yes.
You know,
I'm not saying don't go secure your own bag. Don't have anything that you want to be proud of.
me too.
You need that. But yeah, we need our black men to come
Yes.
home, to be fathers.
Yeah.
We need our black men to help us raise these children, to
Yep.
set the examples for our children. I think, and it touched my heart. Look, I start calling women sisters and brothers, no matter what race you are, because
Yeah.
you're my sister and my brother.
Yes.
And my son did something one time, and this white man, he called himself checking my son. I let him do it. Check him, get them together, because it don't matter what race you are. All that doesn't matter. You're teaching my son a little bit of discipline. It's not anything that I haven't already told him. It's just coming from a man. So it's a lot more stern, and it sounds a lot more believable, the information that he was giving him. But yeah, we absolutely need our black men in the home. The independence for black women, still go secure your bag, sis.
Yeah.
Still find the things that keep you motivated and energized. Meditate. We don't meditate enough. Black women need to meditate.
Yep. It's a lot of things that generational curse when it comes to the black women. When you say meditation, we do need that because we deal with, I don't even think this is one of the key points, but I feel like it's a generational curse of attitudes that we need to meditate on out our system. Like it's
look,
it's going down. Like it's bad. It's bad.
The church home for us all our lives has been a sacred place where we find comfort, where we go to find understanding. You can find that exact same understanding at home, and pray at home, meditate, clear your mind, get a connection with God spiritually. You can do it at home. I'm not saying stay out the church home. Look, that's a whole nother riot. That's a riot I'm about to start. I'm not saying stay out the church home. Wherever you find peace and wherever you can find a connection with God, that's where you need to do it. However, if you are in a relationship, your man should be praying with you every night. He should, if you meditate, if you guys don't meditate together, he should also be meditating. I see a lot of relationships fall and break apart because you may have your man over here on his boss stuff, doing his thing, and then his woman don't have nothing to do, so she automatically assumed the worst didn't happen. What he cheated, he did 9,000 things, but nah, sis, just get busy. You just need a hobby, sis. You just need to boss up yourself, and you're gonna be okay.
She said, release, heal, restore, and uplift the next. I know he's speaking on black women's independence, but that comment I feel like goes back, and I didn't put his comment on the screen, but Lance also said black men need to fill that seat properly. And they do. You can't give that authority or allow every man to come into your home as the authority unless they hold them characteristics where they're filling that spot properly, as you say. But I feel like even our men, release, heal, restore, and uplift the next. That's where you guys got to come in at too. You men have to get to that point where y'all healing, y'all restoring each other and uplifting the next as well.
Why we don't go to therapy, Lord? Ooh, that's another one. Why we don't go to therapy? Why we don't go to counseling? Mental health has always been almost abolished in the black mind because we think if you go get therapy or counseling, you crazy. You're not crazy. You need healing,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes we have to reach outside ourselves to get that healing.
Yeah, absolutely. Outside yourselves and outside your circle, outside your family, because some of them close friends or them close families, it can't help you. A lot of them they gonna look at you like, what's wrong with you? Or, oh, you being a punk? Oh, just suck it up. Or the favorite thing they say is, oh, just pray about it. No, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that.
It's a lot deeper than that.
Guys, get your questions out. I'm seeing some of your comments, even if I'm not putting them on the screen, guys. I see you. Keep the comments coming. They're excellent comments, excellent questions that you guys are giving. Share the live, tag somebody in. Once again, you can contact our guest. Her links are all in the caption, so you can click that anytime to connect with her. She does have a lot of research, so if you want to speak deeper on this topic, please inbox her after the live, because she got a lot of stuff to give you guys.
Look, I got bukus of research, y'all. Look, this all stem from college. When I went and got my bachelor's degree and I had to learn about this stuff, I was like, oh no, I'm writing this down because we need to hear this. We need to see this. And it's crazy that I waited all this time, but this was the platform God put in front of me to get it out to our people. Yes, so I'm excited. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Going on to the next stage. Stage number 3. This is where we just talked about our wins. So let's go on and get into our men.
Yes, we did. As I mentioned, the overall housing disparity, the overall educational disparity that we are faced against, primarily, if they don't fall, if our children and if we don't fall into the 5 options of where we're going next after this phase of high school life, primarily that leads Blacks entering into a criminal justice system, and they are treated unfairly. It's not a secret. Our men can they can go to jail for murder, something that would have gotten them a 15-year sentence, possibly. You know, I'm just exaggerating the numbers right here, but a 15-year sentence, and a white male can kill somebody just as maliciously in the same manner, same fashion, and he will get less time. He will get 2 years, 3 years plus probation. It's really sad, but since we know what we're faced with, do better. That's all we can do, is do better. It's hard for a lot of our men because they don't have programs. All these women programs they have out here, they have so many of them. Don't get me wrong, we need them, because I always thought God was a woman and it started with us. But although we need these programs, our men need these programs, because I will not follow a man that is not prepared to lead me.
You know what? I said that before. Like, I'm not a man, so I can't speak specifically from a man's experience and the things that they struggle with. But we have I said this on I think the last live I was on, we have so many women empowerment
groups, and
we got so many programs, classes, seminars, events for women. God specifically gave me this platform as a whole for men as well. I always say that I'm not a women's empowerment brand. I'm a human empowerment brand, because we need our men. I don't care. Everybody's situation is different, and tailored different. Their experience is different, but men, I feel like personally, Brandy feels like men are the head, the end.
My finance teacher in college, she's a Black woman. She's from East St. Louis too.
Okay.
Miss Nicholson, my finance teacher, she gave us a good demonstration, and I'm gonna show it to y'all.
Okay.
This is a white sheet of paper, but this is my strong Black man. Almost as thick as construction paper. This is my strong Black man. This is having children young while he's unprepared to take care of them. This is him being Black in America anyway, and odds are against him. This is, we got to take a big chunk. This is child support. This is finding a woman, thinking she's everything you need her to be, but then she's broken, she's scorned, so she verbally, probably not physically, not all the time, but she's verbally not uplifting you to be the man that you know that you can be.
Yeah.
This is your broken home or the broken family that you came into with, as far as financial reasons go. This is probably not having a father himself. This is not getting proper education and understanding from his elders on how to be a man. How, the education on how to create wealth for himself. This is the man you got. What you gonna do with him?
Less than half.
This is the man you left with. This is the man you want to marry. This is the man that that you have children by. This is the piece of man that we trying to get to lead us. This the piece of man you got left.
Mm-hmm.
You can break a man down so much mentally until there is nothing left, and that's the family that you're trying to build from.
Mm-hmm. If any guys are on this live now, or those that will run across this later, there's a Man Up St. Louis group. Guys, join that. If you're not in it, join that group. We need more groups.
Big brother, big sister, Man Up, 1,000 Men, the 1,000 Men, the St. Louis group. I think they are off of, don't give me the line and telling you where they are. Dr. Martin Luther King, something like that. Dale Morrison. It's some groups out there. I don't know if it's a whole lot of them over in East St. Louis.
And see, I don't hear too much of it. And that's the thing. We hear all this help in these groups and events and stuff for women, but we don't hear too many for men that's being, steadily advertised or promoted, or given testimonies about. I do agree with Jennifer. She said the men need a good male mentor and father figure, and they do. They need somebody to help push them in that direction. And I feel like another part of that, the generational curse for men's downfall, or their friends. I don't feel like they're with people who are pushing them to be the better them. And of course, it's like you just said. I mean, I can't push you to be your better self if I'm more than halfway broken too, So it's like they got this curse all the way around. And it's like, where do we start to, get them the help?
I know a good guy. He just had a baby and everything. Really good guy. His downfall is his friends. The drinking, the smoking, doing all that good stuff. Look, I don't drink, and I smoke on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
And but however, it's not gonna stop me from my business. It's not gonna stop me from my children's being active in their lives. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna stop me from doing anything. Yeah. I think because we want to kick it and we want to be socially accepted by everyone. We want to be socially accepted. We feel like we have to do these things. It's just as cool going and learning a trade and going to work. It's just as cool taking the kids out on a date with you, because the kids need a date too. It's just as cool to be present in the household.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to do those things. It's not cool to sit up and smoke weed and drink all day. That has never been cool.
It's cool to focus on one woman, guys,
and not accomplish anything.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of our downfall. Like I said, when the men enter into that criminal justice system, and the social media's influence through music and motion picture is that prejudice that we have. Prime example: Taylor Swift and Cardi B were #1 at the same time. Taylor Swift talking about positive affirmations, energy, needing her spirit to be lifted. Cardi B talking about dropping it like it's hot, shaking ass, fuck these niggas. She talking about all that catchy stuff.
Yeah.
And she got #1, and we were so proud of her because she came from being, and I'm still proud of sis, no lie, but because she came from being a stripper, and then she started doing music, and music was her outlet. If that was your outlet, let it make you a better person. Use your platform, because now you are a mother. Now you are a wife. And now you shouldn't be popping pussy.
Yeah.
Because that's what kids do. You know, that's what young women do with young women who don't have any guidance. You have proper guidance now, and you have a financial backing for your proper guidance. How about talk about something that's worth talking about in your music and still make it catchy, still make it, you know what I mean? So we can listen to that and we can change our lifestyle. But it's the music and the motion picture and the media's influence on us that's going to keep us that way. Why don't they influence other cultures? Taylor Swift was #1 at the same time in Europe. So matter of fact, she's doing better. She was doing better than Cardi at the same time. And she ain't cursed. She ain't said bitch. She ain't have to say pussy once. That's the black woman that they're doing that to.
That's that curse. That's that curse.
The black man that they're doing that to. Soon as Pac started talking about, remember Pac, he was a thug killer too in his music. But as soon as he started talking about us coming together and us, you know, breaking generational curses, it's not that he wasn't played as much, he wasn't promoted. That type of music wasn't promoted as much because that's not the influence that they wanted him to have on his people. They not Bernez say they're not ready for that convo. I know they not. It's okay. But they gotta hear it. And if you just hear it, and then maybe it'll have you thinking different. When you're in the car riding with your daughter or your son and you listening to I don't know, Yellow Beezy, or you listening to Lil Baby. And the lifestyle with the hoes and all the shit that they talk good about, how that ain't cool. Not even for our children.
So last comment, I want to keep the men's downfall topic on the screen. So I'm not gonna put his comment on the screen, but it said if she switched her content, y'all want support. Look how they did T.I. Here's my thing. Well, first of all, I don't support it anyway, so I can care less about her content now. So if she switched her content, then maybe somebody like me will support it. But even how they did T.I., first of all, T.I. is well off. So whether they support it after he switched up or not doesn't matter because T.I. is well off. He got what he needed at the time. But that's the thing right there. That's that curse we're talking about. People are so scared to be positive because negative get them the attention. Negative brings the money. You know, so at what point do the black generation set a trend? At what point do you break that generational curse and that generational image and say, look, I'm going to use my platform to do this differently? At what point do you do that? You know, that's why we're stuck, because it's like, if I switch this, they won't like me. Who cares? Somebody going to like you. Trust me, they going to like you.
And I generally want to just throw an artist out there. And a lot of people going to say, they probably already know who, you know, what I'm going to say, but Common started acting a little bit, you know, but all of his, not all of it, let me not speak to that, but most of his music has been inspirational, motivational, positive, building. He don't get no radio play. Even when he was hot, he didn't get a whole lot of radio play.
But from what I followed, he wasn't hurting for money. From what I followed,
he ain't hurting.
He didn't get all that.
He found different ways to invest his money to do different things. He has other streams of revenue coming in. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's the approach. You can get lands, but the message is what's needed. Listen, you can get that same message out in a positive way. Black people are just so used to getting their message out negatively. Women, going back to women, we got to get our point across by doing what?
Shaking our ass.
Yeah, you know, we got to get our point across that way. Who gonna set the trend? Who gonna change that in our community? How you get your point across is how people gonna look at you. And that's why we're stuck. That's why we're stuck at these generational stages, because, well, this is how they get attention. So let me get my point across by getting attention like them. No.
Before we go to the next topic, look.
Go ahead.
As far as relationships go, when you get into it with your man, don't bring it to social media. When you get into it with your woman, don't bring it to social media, because all that is a reflection on the person that you are. You chose him.
Yeah.
You chose him.
Yeah.
If he ain't no good, he was cheating on you, he was doing all of this, you let him and you chose him.
Yeah.
He's a reflection of you. Yeah. If you stayed with him after you saw a few signs of injustice, you stayed with him, it's a reflection of you. Now you're reflecting a weak woman, so he's going to continue to do what he's doing. As far as the men go, she cheated. She didn't talk to your homeboys. She didn't talk to everybody. She didn't slept with the whole East St. Louis. But you still got her by your side. So she a reflection of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want that type of woman. You don't want a positive woman. You don't want a quiet, kept, covered woman. That ain't what you want. You want Tatiana, and you got Tatiana. Now you deal with Tatiana. All right.
Amen. Y'all got that? Did y'all write that down? But yeah, if y'all don't get nothing else out of it, it's like, come on, man. What generation is gonna break these curses? Some generation got to do it, because from what I'm seeing, especially with this music and this media, we're going downhill in the Black community. It's so who gonna break it? Who gonna be strong enough, unfearful enough, to get your butt out there and break these generational curses? Personally, that's why I got my platform. I want my men on here. I don't care if women gonna hate it. I need my men to speak. Y'all need to tell us about ourselves, and then other men need to hear y'all actually speak out. Women, I need y'all on here. I don't care who gonna like it, who gonna feel like you too positive. It don't matter. Who gonna break these curses? It's gonna have to start with us. Because our next generation, what they got with this media, this music and all that, they gonna be doomed. It gotta start with us.
I always say it start with us. I've always said positive change is going to start with the women. Don't get me wrong. The man is the head of the household, but it's a woman running it behind the show. Yeah. Please believe it.
Before you go on, back to that. For those of you guys who watched and or did not watch the live I did with Tabasha Belt Holloman, I believe is the name. She's a certified life and relationship coach. When I tell you, Wanakee, what you just said, it just related back to what she said. She mainly said that, women don't want to, it's like, I'm not teaching a man to do nothing, blah, 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 whatever. She said, why not? If you this strong, powerful woman, you know what you hold. And as an analogy, you're the neck to the head. Why wouldn't you teach him? Y'all in this together. You a team, right? Why wouldn't you teach him? The man that you love, or want to be with. Why not?
Yeah. I can't wait till I find me a husband. I'm gonna teach him everything I know. And baby, teach me everything you know, because I'm hands-on. We gonna win. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I hate it. I hate to see in relationships. Look, and y'all, I'm single. I single people can't give the best advice, but no, I'm single by choice at this point. I would, like I said, I just won't follow someone that I know is not prepared to lead me, and the person that I am, because I know what I bring to the table.
Yep.
And I can't even say I bring the whole table. Look, I bring a few legs and the food, and that's it.
I bring enough, and I need a man that's gonna bring the rest. Like, I ain't even talking about a half and half, 50-50. I ain't even talking about a number. I know what I bring, and like she said, I'm single by choice. And although I'm single, I know I have a lot of information to give on relationships, period, as an individual. So my status does not disqualify me from giving relationship advice. Sorry to those who don't believe that. I'm single, and yes, I give relationship advice. So yeah, I have knowledge and wisdom from past experience, and I'm gonna give what I learned. I'm gonna give what I got. Gary, you see I put you on spot.
Jennifer said you have to want better for yourself and life, and you have to grow up and grow out of things. If not, it leads to stagnation. A lot of times you have to let people go in order to grow. That was one of the hardest things I had to do when I was married to my ex-husband. One of the hardest things I had to do was to let him go. I didn't want to be divorced.
Yeah.
But I also didn't want to continue. I didn't want him to continue to use me as a doormat either, and do me any kind of way. And it was crazy because he felt he could do me any kind of way because we were married.
Yeah.
When you want to go to counseling, when you want to just go see someone else talk about it, when you want to have a date or whatever. Although he had some other personal issues going on with, because he wasn't a cheater, but it was alcohol, his mental health was bothering him. Lord, we gonna get into mental health. Mental health is a whole nother subject that we need to talk about for our community. Yeah, I just went and got relationship counseling with Tabasha. Yes. And we actually have another session coming up. There was married women in there and single women, and we all left crying. Yep. And that's how strong that session was. We needed that. Yep. I need a little healing. And even if I got to rely on my sisters to get me there, I need a little healing because I know I'm going to be a strong Black woman for a strong Black man one day, you know?
Agreed. Moving on, guys. Share the live, tag somebody, get your questions and your comments out. We have a few more questions, and then we'll get out your hair. Don't forget to follow her. All her links are in our captions, so you guys can connect with her. Moving on to stage 4. Let's talk about this black dollar.
The black dollar. Good Jesus. So, because of the influence that generational curses have on us through education, through housing, through motion picture and media, and the criminal system, even when you get out of jail, even when our Black man gets out of jail, there still is a lot against him. He still can't go on. He still can't go on to be his awesome self because there's so many rocks and things that are being thrown against him. He can't find the job that he needs or make the proper investments for his money. Nobody's putting their money in the bank. And the banking institutions it's a big scam, most of it. But however, you putting that $2,000 under the mattress at home is not creating interest. You're not getting anything from it. When you go back to get it, it's gonna be the same $2,000 it was when you left it there. Yeah. You know what I mean? They took a lot of finance classes out of the high school in East. Just a lot of the things that would have helped us. And this is stuff that we don't know and stuff that we haven't taught our children because we don't know, which means they go out into the world unprepared for investments, for finance, for managing, budgeting, and spending their money properly. So the rule of 72, let me find it. The rule of 72 basically says 72 divided by the interest rate is the number of years it's going to take for your money to double. So if I put $10,000 in the bank right now, say for instance, my interest rate is 3. $10,000 divided by 3 is going to tell me how many months it's going to take for me to get a return on investment for my money. That's a lot of things that are not taught to us. How to budget, how to properly save, how to properly budget. We aren't taught these things. And so our black dollar doesn't properly circulate with us like it should. Look, when COVID hit, y'all, I was the director of housekeeping at Union Station Hotel, and my job was very stressful. I went to work crying every day. Look, I pray, God, look, make a way. Let me meet a friend who I can network with and work somewhere else. Please make a way. Although I had a salary job, I had to go to school for that. I had, I got into that, but I wasn't happy. And I was basically just working to spend my money. I wasn't saving. I wasn't doing anything right. When I stopped with March 16th, when COVID hit, because look, I went to work crying March 15th because I didn't know how I was going to do it. And look, Latrice Baker, my witness, I went to work crying, didn't know how I was going to just get through the day because it was just so much I was dealing with. March 16th, COVID hit and I was laid off. In June, I was laid off permanently. That's in a situation financially because I'm used to making a certain type of money. Right. As people, we are used to a certain type of lifestyle. You used to those J's. You used to them rims. You used to having nice things. You used to traveling whenever you want to, but how much are you saving? How much are you investing? How much of that money are you going to get back? And those are the things that we don't know. We don't even know how to do. When COVID hit, I seen a lot of people. Look, at least 3 of my friends started their businesses. My business been running since 2018, but I never had time. I was working 12, 14-hour days at work. I never had time to do anything. So when COVID hit, oh, baby, I got all the time. Yes. That was an opportunity for me to monopolize in a market that I'm in by myself. Yeah. Ain't nobody around here selling decorative extravaganza candles. Yeah. I never thought I was a creative button, but somebody told me you're a creative little button.
You are.
And so I've used it as an opportunity to get myself to expand, brand, grow your business, reach out to people. Look, I done gave a lot of free candles away.
Yeah.
Because those are people who had a high following base. Look, those are people who I know gonna share my picture one time and they're gonna get it out. And so many people, I've gotten a lot of business like that.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of business helping other people. I've gotten a lot of business helping other Black businesses get off the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm not an expert. I have a business consultant that I go to, and I went to school for business, but that don't mean a doggone thing. They stole $30,000, and I ain't even know nothing after school. You know, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
So I had to connect with those like-minded people. I had to surround myself around people who had businesses, people who already have the things that I know I want, so I could, and not to use them per se, but to learn from them, to grow from them.
I'm actually, guys that are on here, I will be doing my first speaking event September 26th, and you just hit on something that I'm going to tackle with the inspiring thing. Ladarius said, let me just put his stuff on the screen for a minute. He just basically said he just asked his dad how come he never taught him to save money and why, you know, he had to learn it on his own. And actually, I feel like majority of us had to. Probably 95% of us had to learn a lot of this on our own. I feel like COVID, as much of negativity it got, I feel like it was a blessing. It pushed so many of us out. When I tell you, Conquering Relationships was founded in 2017. I literally this year started pushing it more and more because I had the time. Working full time, being a single mom, take care of my son. He's a sports kid all day. I had no time to push into my brand and do it like I wanted to do. So that Black dollar, I feel like COVID, if you was a hustler, if you had some gifts, some passion, some purpose in you, COVID pushed that out of you. And I've seen a lot of people get up and going when COVID hit. And I feel like that just goes to show you, I mean, I know everybody's not built to be a business owner, but a lot of people in the Black community, I swear, we are so creative. We have so many gifts in us. How come you're not built to be a Black business owner?
East St. Louis, the city of champions, the little theme that they're running with, that's not a lie. That's the truth. Anything bred in East St. Louis is going to be great. Anything that comes from this city is going to evolve and be into great things. We have doctors, we have lawyers, we have just like-minded business people, a lot of different people who've done different things, a lot of people who've left East St. Louis and came back and gave it to their city. We have a lot of people doing great things. Make sure you guys talk to your children about saving. My son, look, he just walked out the house. He trying to get me to take him to Walmart right now so he can buy a look Xbox, Fortnite, whatever. No, I'm not doing none of that. Go read, save your money. And just a small investment that I'm making right now is into myself. I'm trying to go global. And this time next year, that's my goal. I want to go global. So I have to put myself, feet on the ground. I got to get moving. And this is the perfect time to do it. If we, like I said, there was one, I just had an expo down on 10th and State, the Black Business Expo. It was my first expo. I was so nervous. I'd never done anything like that. No fights. No drama, no bull crap, no stealing, no people just being dishonest about things. And I had several people that sold out. That was a good front. That was a good start for us. And not necessarily a start because there's a lot of other people out here doing it. I'm just one person with a following, a social base where I have enough people that like me, where I can tell them, and then we could do this together. All the people who were at the business expo, the vendors, these are all people. Some of these people already got things up and going, but some people don't have storefronts where they can go. I'd love to buy a block. Look, Collinsville Avenue on East St. Louis, in East St. Louis. I would love for a lot of us business owners to get together and buy that block back and put the shopping back downtown East St. Louis.
You know what?
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Samuel L. Jackson came down here years ago and wanted to put a chain of 3-star hotels, 2- and 3-star hotels. So that's not your Hilton, but that's your not your Hilton and your Marriott, but that's like your choice hotels, things like that. Super, just a chain of hotels, 3-star hotels. He wanted to come down here and invest into the city, but our politicians was doing so much of this, money hungry. He took his money elsewhere, and we had the wrong people in office when he presented the idea to us. There is no way that East St. Louis shouldn't be popping. East St. Louis was created and established before St. Louis was. There is no way that we aren't doing more. When it's like when the whites moved out of East St. Louis, a lot of the resources left too, which led us to having a lot of people down here, people moving down here, and they're not keeping up with their properties. You can drive around East St. Louis now, and somebody don't got their grass cut. Somebody got graffiti all over the side of the building. Whoever owned the building, whether it's the city or whoever owned it, we supposed to be responsible enough to clean this stuff up. My mother, when I was married, my mother-in-law in St. Louis, she had paint chipped off her garage. They fined her ass, and she got it. She got it together. Why don't we have anyone, the what do they call them? The not building inspectors, but why don't we have people that are keeping up with us? I forgot what they call them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I applied for it and I didn't get it. East St. Louis, it's all right. But why don't we need to take care of our properties? We need to care about ourselves and our surroundings. So other people will want to care about us too. Yeah. There's no way. Hotels downtown East St. Louis. I'm talking about your Motel 6s or whatever, any choice hotel. You can have a Marriott, you can have a Hilton brand down there. St. Louis is on the rise for real estate, and St. Louis is on the rise for convention space. And I just worked in a almost 600 room hotel. There is when we sold out every other night because there's no place for people to do conventions and people to gather in the city of East St. Louis. They moved all the retail shopping from downtown, so we just didn't have anything there to be a good opportunity for us to buy up that property and get it going.
They a few people said it's code enforcement.
Code enforcement. That's who it is.
Honestly, I feel like the Black community, our mindset, our mental because we came from nothing. Most of us, it's about getting up before the next person get up, and we need to get away from that. We need to start thinking collaborations and networking. That's how I feel like gonna get up. Collab and network. Word of mouth is tremendous.
And we need to educate.
And
everybody should be in school. The government damn near giving away money for people to go to school. Why everybody ain't taking a class? You ain't saying you got to get you a degree. You can get a certification,
a trade, something.
This black man, I saw him down there at the Mobile on 25th Street. He asked me to buy him a beer. I said, I won't buy you a beer. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you just saw me walk in that store, pay for my gas. You saw me walk out that store and pump my gas. You are able bodied. You got hands and legs. I don't care what type of mental or other stuff you got going on. To me, you look like an able body. Hands and legs, you should be working, and I ain't giving you nothing, flat out. And I do give back. I give clothes. A blessing to me is not always in a monetary form. So I do give back, but able hands and bodies should be educating themselves and maximizing. Even the smartest man in the world only still use 23% of his brain. Why aren't we doing better?
Blessings do come in different forms. I'm the person, I've always believed this. I rarely give monetary anything to homeless or whoever. I will go buy you some food before I put money in your hands. Anybody that I know that works, and maybe they're just struggling at that moment, if they ask me for money for food, I will go buy their food for their household before I put the money in their hands. It goes back to that hustling mindset, that networking, collab, education, or whatever. A lot of people, I feel like, want things handed to them, and it's like I used to catch myself saying this. Oh well, people don't support because I'm not popular. Listen, and you can't let that keep you stuck. Network, collab. You don't have to be popular. You don't have to already have your name built. Wanakee, I knew you before Candle Sense, but when I say You boomed. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I know you was doing candles, but when I say out of nowhere, it was like this. It didn't want that. It want that. Oh, you was selling the clothing brand, or you was just oh so popular where everybody was just, you know what I'm saying, sharing your post or nothing like that. You boomed. Boomed. You don't have to be popular to get up there. Network, collab. Like you said, you was giving free candles out.
To my bar owners, yeah.
Yeah, you are
Denise got a couple candles because she's bringing people in there. She's bringing me clientele. She's asking for my business cards.
Yep.
You know what Collinsville does? That's what I like about Collinsville. Look, my house caught fire. This apartment that I'm staying in, it caught fire, and Salvation Army, nobody like that came out. Collinsville came out. The city officials came out. They made sure my kids had, and I had rental insurance because I'm all about being on top of my priorities. So I had renter's insurance. It wasn't nothing but $10 a month extra on top of my car insurance. So I paid for it.
Yeah.
So with that renter's insurance, like I said, State Farm took care of me, but Collinsville took care of me first. It was the family atmosphere that they made me feel like I was in. My kids still had school the next day, and they still had to go do stuff the next day. They made sure I had gift cards. They made sure my kids had brand new clothes because everything smelled like smoke. I couldn't have, State Farm took all my clothes and got them detailed and tailored, but I didn't have anything that day. Collinsville took care of me when I needed. Even when my son went to school and he needed school gym uniforms, you can only go to someone in Collinsville to get them. When my leasing, when I went to get my rental insurance from my to see what kind of rental insurance was out there, my leasing company only deal with agents in Collinsville. Like they bring the money back to Collinsville. If you guys need something done, make an Instagram or a Facebook post, ask Black business owners in your area first. And that's how you can start to help the Black dollar.
I love the educating, networking, collaborating. Yes, Charity. Yes, definitely. Dula Bean. Yes. If I could just throw out something that I personally do. So I'm not the chick. My friends know I'm not the chick who is really into hair, nails, and fashion. That's kind of not me. I'm more of a tomboyish type chick. Where my money go? Life insurance for me and my son. I keep car insurance, renter's insurance.
Important.
Those important things. Exactly. You spend your money on, Jordans, eating out or whatever. You can invest that into life insurance, car insurance, renter's insurance, anything that's going to help you settle in the middle of a crisis. Why we don't do that? Why we live into just look the part or look like we doing it? Meanwhile, and I'm not wishing death on anybody, but our families, we die and our families are stuck fighting, trying to figure out how they finna pay for our funeral, trying to figure out if you got kids, how we finna take care of this person's kids that died off the income we had. Now we got to take in your child. The Black family, the Black dollar, we got to do better with our money and where we put it. If you don't want to pay a yearly, I pay a yearly. Baby, when taxes come, I pay that year. I pay my renters, the car insurance, life insurance for me and my son.
Pay it up for the year.
Get it out the way. I don't go and buy furniture, new furniture, take trips. I take care of business first. Business first, because I came from a poverty family. I came from a family who they die, they don't have none of that. We struggling to get them a funeral. I came from that poverty mindset. So I made it on my own decision to say, look, I'm going to break this generational curse and teach my son something different that I wasn't taught. We got to do better.
So look, I used to, and I've had several different revenues of income that I had coming in at the same time. But look, y'all, I used to sell Primerica life insurance.
Okay.
I was a Primerica agent, and I know a guy. If there's anybody who just needs some life insurance, I don't care if it's $35 a month. If that's all you got to put into life insurance, that's gonna get you enough to help. Because what we don't want to keep bumping into is your GoFundMe's.
Yeah.
First of all, Lil Ray Ray had on $300 Jordans. Lil Ray Ray got on the nicest clothes ever. He gold studded out. He riding the nicest, freshest car but Lil Ray Ray ain't got no insurance. So when somebody get jealous enough of him and want to take his life, dear Lord, here we gotta go. We gotta go get a GoFundMe page. Everybody gotta give. Every family member gotta give $50 to $100 so we can help bury Lil Ray Ray. Nah, Lil Ray Ray should have had his priorities in place a long time ago. Lil Ray Ray, we love you, but you need to get your shit together. And you need life insurance, whatever you can afford, y'all, because we just gonna keep bumping into these issues where we're not prepared. Yeah. Mutual funds, IRA, Roth investments. We need to start making some investments. Get you a mutual fund, get you a CD, talk to, and I actually there was a guy at my event, passing out cards. His name is Curtis, and I'm gonna go comment under here and give you guys his information. He works for US Bank. And so I told him I was with Bank of America for my business and stuff, but Bank of America messed me over on some money. So I closed all my accounts. So I was telling him about the situation. And I said, but with everything going on, what office do you guys have open? He said, there is no office. I'll come to you. So tomorrow he's coming to me. All I needed was my articles of organization and a couple other pieces of paperwork, but he's coming to me so we can meet at the Panera Bread around the corner. He's coming to me so we can meet and sit down and do this. I like people like that. And that's also what a person, my insurance guy, does. He'll come to you and meet you, find out what you can afford. Ain't nobody trying to maximize profits off of y'all. We just trying to help.
Yeah, Charity tagged them for you in the comment section already.
Thank you, Charity.
Erica Thomas, hit up after the live, inbox Wanakee so she can get that information to you. Guys, it's so many life insurance people out there. I personally go through Fidelity for mine. It's so many, and I think we actually need a seminar because it's certain questions that you need to ask. Because I had an auntie, they had got her life insurance, and she ended up passing maybe a month or two after that. It didn't cover her. They got it too late. So some life insurance don't offer that grace period where you get covered automatically. So it's so many questions to ask and know what policy you're dealing with. That's a whole, separate seminar, live, whatever. But hit up Wanakee, guys. They want to get information on life insurance. Maybe you guys can meet with her, with the guy, and get your questions asked, answered, etc. Keep your comments and questions coming, guys. We're going to move on to the next question. Network, guys, network. I'm the main person. If I may not post it on Facebook, but I will inbox somebody with a quick question, like instantly. I don't mind putting myself out there. Hey, look, I don't know about this, that, and the other. Can you give me some advice? I'm big on learning. I don't feel bad that I don't know nothing, because I'll admit in a minute, I came from a family that barely taught me anything but attitude and how to stay on poverty.
And business owners help other business owners. I ain't saying give nobody your vendor list. I ain't saying write down step by step what helps them. I'm saying sometimes you can say something to someone that motivate them. Everybody know I rock hard with Kyra's Closet. Why? Because when I was going to night school and I was working full time at the casino, Kyra's Closet was my part-time job. I've never stopped hustling. Helping my friend build her brand. Don't be afraid if somebody got to do it before you either. Helping my friend build her brand and build her business taught me how to run my business. It taught me what the things that I needed to know. Don't be afraid to help somebody. I ain't saying give them all your secrets. Somebody asked me to teach them how to make candles. My candles? I can teach you how to pour wax all day, baby. And what temperatures you need to make. Google can teach you how to make candles.
YouTube.
I can't teach you my exact craft, because then there'll be two people out here doing what I'm doing. I found a market that I had to monopolize in by myself. But that was my creative. That was me getting down on pen and paper, turning my passion into profit. I spent $200 a week on candles. It was nothing for me to start, but I don't mind helping the next business person get their stuff together. But you got to be prepared for what you're asking for too, and you definitely got to do the work.
Got to. I really believe in what you do for others, God will do for you. So that whole, well, I'm not going to tell her or him this, that, and the other because they might boom before me. Why not? Because what you do for them, God gonna. It ain't the person that's giving you the blessings. First of all, it's God who give it to you.
Okay.
So your heart got to be pure in whatever you do. And like she just said, you don't have to put the work behind it. Black people got to get out of this mindset of getting things handed down. I'm sorry. I know we've talked about, oh, white people is ahead because their parents did this for them. Okay, yeah, we know that. Now what you gonna do? Our parents didn't do it for us. Oh well. What now?
Okay, right.
There's no time to waste and whine on that. Let's get
you gonna stay in the same place.
Yeah.
Because your parents didn't show you nothing, or you gonna learn to educate yourself. If you have to be the person to do it, do it.
Yep.
What you want? You need a little push. You need a stepping stool. What do you need? Because I want to help all people get to where they need to be. We have to stop these generational curses that are holding us back and keeping us in this mindset to where we hate white people. I look, after all, with all this racial and police injustice, I almost think all black people racist. Oh, y'all racist.
Ooh, don't say that. You're gonna make people mad.
I'm sorry, but I love people. I love all people. I love people. And I love white people. You got to know how to make friends, baby. I can talk to anyone and I can be a positive energy for anyone, but I'm not racist. I'm biracial. If anything, I got too much mixed blood in my family for me to just say, oh, I'm all totally black. No, I'm white too. And that's why I kind of see everything in the middle. I'm going to ride for my black people because we're the house that's on fire that need the help. All these other houses on the street ain't burning down right now. And when they burning down, I'm gonna go fight with them for social injustice. But right now, this is the house on fire, and it's the house I'm gonna work with. I'm sorry. We be
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I just want to say a little bit to the whole networking. You help somebody, give them some advice, some inspiration, but don't do the work for them. And anybody that expects you to do the work for them, they're not ready to be in a
they're not ready to grow
business anyway. So move on, let it go. But inspire somebody. You don't have to be intimidated by them. Give them. Guess what, baby? They not you and you not them. And that's what you got to keep in mind. I'm gonna give you enough to get you going, but I'm not giving you my recipe. You got to go find your groove. You got to find your own, mark your own trend.
I'm gonna give you the stage and the platform, but I'm not gonna help you strip. Flat out.
Amen. Okay, so let's move on to the last stage. This is a tough one.
And we already been touching on it.
Man.
We already been touching on it.
And don't touch on it enough.
And we don't touch on it enough. You guys know that what our city is what we're going through as a culture, it's a mental health curse. The mindset that we're speaking about, we're stuck there.
Yeah.
We have to do better. Whether there's a couple strong guys who have a great following base in our community. Duke. Everybody love Duke. Duke, you can build 1,000 men in East St. Louis, East St. Louis chapter.
Yeah. So I hold that thought, guys who are, because we talk about mental health, especially in these men. I love that you said Duke. Y'all tag these local what y'all call them? Inspirational brand owners, men.
It's more than Duke. Don't let me pick favorites. I just love Duke, but don't let me pick favorites. It's more than Duke out here.
Tim McNeese. I don't know if they're gonna let me type while I'm on. Duke, Tim McNeese, Cortavius Jackson,
Darrell Washington.
Darrell.
Darrell is
guys that follow them. If y'all could tag them, because it's not letting me tag, I don't think.
Tag them. Wendell, Grease, I see you on here. Grease, you're another person who you're a positive, impactful person, and you are needed in our community. Like, we have to tackle the mental health issues head on. Don't get me wrong. Us women, we face a lot of mental health issues too. And a lot of it comes from broken homes and scorned mothers. And like there was a situation where that was, recent, but I felt like my mother wasn't strong enough to tackle it because she'd been dealing with it so long, she wasn't strong enough to overcome it. And so me and my sister had to help her. But that was something that she was accustomed to for so long, she didn't even know it was a problem. She didn't even know that she was giving in to the wrong things. Sometimes, let me not talk on my mama. She gonna kill me. But, It was a generational curse. And me and my sister helped her realize that. And now she know you not only have to be a strong woman for your grandkids, but you still need to be a strong woman for your daughter, because we're still following in your footsteps. I seen my mama work 2 to 3 jobs. Anybody who know Pearl, y'all can attest to that. I seen my mama work 2 to 3 jobs all her life. She just slowed down.
Yeah.
Mama, I appreciate the positive example, but I'm not finna work 2, 3 jobs all my life just to have something now. My mama in her 50s. I'm not trying to live like that. You know what I mean?
I just on a post where, and I don't know if he's on here. His Facebook name is Trust Love, and I think the post said, "Why do we got parents if we don't know who we are?" Something to that aspect. And I basically got on there and I said, well, first of all, our parents didn't know who they was. So how they gonna teach us? Still 40, 50 years old, don't know who they are still, or just coming to who they are. So how was they able to teach us? And we keep following to that footstep. We got to get it together. I feel like we are the generation to do this. We done birthed so many businesses. We done came up. I feel like we're in a pivotal point where Black Lives Matter. I feel like we there. We got to take off. We got to break this for our kids, or it's gonna be the same old cycle, especially with the mental health.
Grease gotta say he is all for helping us get 1,000 men. Look, it sounds like these are some non-profit programs that we're trying to establish, and for-profit programs that we're trying to establish. If there's anyone that is a business consultant or can help help these Black men get this started, y'all make sure y'all tag them or show them what we want to do. Look, I'm not a man, but I promise I'll do anything I can to help my Black brother in our area. And I do anything I can.
And in saying that, guys that are still on here, please, 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 this is what my platform is for. We're about building, especially in the Black community. Yes, I'm a life and relationship coach, but I need my men, because I can't speak for you. I need my men on this platform. If you know somebody who will want to speak, if you guys are on here and that want to speak, men, we need y'all. We need y'all. I need more men out here speaking and having a voice, especially when it comes to the mental health thing. I need
one thing about mental health is that you won't get better until you realize you have a problem. That's the first stage of getting better. Admitting that you have a problem. Admitting that there is an issue, underlying issue, whether it's within yourself or it's within the community. That's where we start. We start with self. Get self together first.
And that's men and women, definitely. Okay, Grease. Inbox me after this so we can get you on the screen. But yes, men and women, I want y'all on here. This is what we are for. We gotta empower each other. We gotta empower. We gotta collab, network, everything. We got enough knowledge and wisdom from experience that we can give to each other. We gotta do it. We gotta get it out there, y'all. So hit me up if you guys ever want to be a guest speaker. You got some knowledge to give out to somebody. Please hit me up. Wanakee, you want to touch on some more on the mental health thing, or?
Not a whole lot more on mental health, other than if you guys know someone who's going through something and they are afraid, please look. You can Google a chat line. You can Google. There's so many resources. Look, I asked my daughter about 10 minutes ago to go get that list of resources from off my bed that I left up there. But and I'll probably take a picture of it and just put it on here or something. But there's so many resources for us as Black women and as Black men that we're unaware of. You got to hit rock bottom for somebody to come help you. I don't want to get down that low for me to get a little help. I know, I'm not going to allow myself to get that low, but I know I need help now. One thing about mental health is admitting that you have a problem so you can move forward and tackle that problem. So I'll admit it for us. We have a problem.
And then after admitting it to guys, I noticed one of the things we deal with is, I believe, it's also a generational curse. Once you admit it, that's cool that you admit it, but then when it's time to take advice or actually put the actions behind changing it, you got to do it. You can't get mad if you admit, okay, this is my problem, and somebody say, There you go again. You just said that same thing that you shouldn't have said. You can't snap off. You got to be willing to accept that constructive criticism, that whooping, whatever it is, so you can go on and get past just admitting that you got a problem and actually working toward the growth, the healing part of it. Yep, and Dula Bean, yes. Dula Bean is also for the Black family. She deals with postpartum depression with mothers. Um, it's so many people that's for the Black family, guys. It's so many of us, and it's definitely time to network. She also has a baby shower event that she's doing October 10th.
I was going to speak on that
yes.
Towards the end about all the events I know I have coming up, and one of those is her community baby shower. It's going to be amazing. You'd be surprised how many fathers are single parent, with small babies, or just women who don't have the help that they once thought that they had, or maybe they lost their job, or maybe you're struggling a little bit, or maybe you want your baby to have your child has a physical issue with their with growth, or maybe you have a child that has you have a child that was born with what is it,
like
Down syndrome, whatever it is. Maybe you have a child that you need help with. This event is going to be amazing. Matter of fact, every event that I'm about to tell you guys about is going to be amazing. There's not anything for us to do in the city, not anymore. Not even that it was before COVID. It wasn't a whole lot for us to do. So having these events, having things to do, positive things for our community, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna talk about a few of them after you talk about your next thing. Thank you, Darrell.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, let me read off the rest, and then actually I want you to, because these are the last thoughts. On your last thoughts, I want you to go ahead and read off those events that you recommend for everybody. But Darrell said he just tuned in. First of all, he's proud of Wanakee and myself. Thank you. But he said he definitely remember a few years back when he had to seek help. Darrell, I know you just tuned in, but Wanakee hit that when she was saying, "Gotta stop being so scared to get into therapy. You ain't gotta tell nobody you're in therapy, not publicly anyway, unless you're led to. Go to therapy."
It's nothing wrong with saying you need help. It's nothing wrong with saying, "Look, I just had therapy the other day, and I'm going back to get some more. I'm going to get some more counseling." We always have we've had this assumption that if somebody go get counseling or go get a psychologist or something, that they got some mental health or they're crazy. You're not crazy if you need help. Everybody go through something in life. I mean, physical trauma, death, divorce, marriage issues, marital issues, just relationship issues, family disputes. People go through a lot that they need help with. Your situation might not be my situation. Hey, Tabasha. Look, Tabasha, I just spoke on you because I just spoke on you, Tabasha. I'm glad that you're here. But I know I needed help. I was just telling them, Tabasha, that I was in her meeting with women, married women and single women, and we all cried. We all felt the love and the positiveness going on in the room, and we all took what Tabasha said and we learned from her. And this is a woman who has been through it. She's an elder. She's not old, but she's an elder in our community. Anybody who got a little knowledge on what's going on, Darrell, he isn't old, but he is, look, he an OG in our community as far as having his business and it being successful. These are a lot of people that we need to learn from. But as far as mental health goes, don't be embarrassed to say you need it. I was depressed about 7 years ago. I took medication for depression. I'm not afraid to say it. I took medication for depression because the first thing I had to realize is that, Wanakee, you have a problem. Ain't no way somebody's supposed to be that sad all the time. And Wanakee, you have a problem. I took the medication. One thing about that mental health medication that they give you, you can't take it and stop. You have to take it and finish it, because if you don't, you're going to be worse off than before you start taking it. And your doctor will tell you that when you take it. And so I needed that. I needed that for myself. It wasn't because I wanted to be a better woman for my man. It wasn't because I wanted to be a better mother. I wanted to be a better Wanakee so everybody can benefit from that,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys for coming. We see you. We see you. Even if I'm not putting you on the screen, guys, we see you. Tabasha said therapy to maintain great mental health. Don't wait. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of us, you can't do it on your own. You need somebody to, that you could be transparent with and get that stuff out of your mind, get that stuff out of your system. It was a point where I knew I needed help when somebody would just say hi to me and I started crying. I said, this
Something
is it.
wrong.
Yeah, this is wrong. And I went and got help. Like, listen, it's probably, if you ain't never been depressed or had to see a therapist, like, hit me up, because I want to put you on the panel, see how you did, how you
live through this.
Because I promise, in the Black community, I feel like we all have been through some type of depression, and some of us still going through it, still getting up, moving on, making jokes on Facebook or whatever the case, but still dealing heavy with depression because we don't have nobody to talk about what we're dealing with. That's not going to judge us and blast us on social media.
And social media, it can be cruel to you sometimes, because your only flaw, you could be perfect in everybody else's eyes. And when you reveal that one flaw, they're going to stretch it. Oh, they're going to work that flaw over. So mental health in our community should not be one of those things that we joke about. It shouldn't be one of those things that we should get on social media and make fun of. Don't hurt no. We gotta watch what we do and how we talk to people. I've seen girls get bullied. I've seen men get bullied on social media, just by their sexual preference, or just the type of people that they hang around or whatever. People, we have to watch what we say to people, man. We got to be a lot more kinder and a lot more nicer on how we go about life. Because trust me, everything you dish out, the energy, whether it's negative or positive, everything you dish out is going to come back to you. So if you can uplift somebody, uplift somebody.
Just a transparent moment with me, Dula Vicky, no, because she's my guardian angel. She was sitting at the right time. But you want to work on yourself, what you say and how you treat people, because you don't want to be the thing that pushed them over the edge. And Charity, I was talking to her about something, and she brought it to my realization, and she was like, I have to deal with a certain issue because it was a particular person. She said, if that person say the wrong thing, although they wasn't the reason for the issue, she saw me taking everything out on that person. And it can be detrimental. You can be saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, and that person pull out a gun and take your life because you hit them. You like, all I said was but you push that last button. So you definitely got to be careful what you say and how you treat people. You don't know when people are on their last leg.
Hurt people hurt people.
Yep.
I told you I was single by choice. I can't get into a relationship right now. I'm going to hurt him. And I know it. Hurt people because I'm going through something. Hurt people continuously. You want to know why your man is cheating on you and taking all the rent money and going to the casino and dogging you and just not treating you like the woman, the treatment that you know you deserve? Because he hurts this. He going through something. And he's going to continue to hurt him because he's going through something. Bro, she going to continue to hurt you because she a scorned woman.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely, Tabasha. I think I was telling Charity, I promise you, what grinds my gears is a bully. And I said, that's why I don't keep many friends, because I'm the type of person, you are not going to call yourself bullying me. I made a post recently, and I basically said, a lot of y'all hide behind being a blunt friend, but you're very rude, nasty, and disrespectful to your friends. I will never befriend a person like that. You're not going to semi-bully me and hide behind calling it a blunt friend. That's not okay. Like, something is wrong with you and how you look at yourself. So you gotta, I guess, make yourself seem big in your eyes by bullying other people or putting them down. That's not okay.
It's not okay. If I could just give an overall summary of some of the things that I just went over with you guys. And look, I wish I had more time. We could talk about this all day long. But what I said at the beginning of all this is, I come from a city where agriculture which is our food source, because by 2050, America is not going to produce enough agriculture for us to feed ourselves. And that's why we have to grow our own fruits and vegetables. We have to get back into black farming. And Grease Gutter is, look, Grease and Wendell, he's the person to get you there. He just started a clothing line called Black Farmer, but that's the work. The clothing line came behind the work that he wants to put out, and get all of us back into healthy eating, healthy living, just doing everything for ourselves. So I come from a city where agriculture and finance were one of the many programs that were removed from our curriculum in our schools. 5 social institutions that keep racial inequality cycling from generation to generation, intentionally or unintentionally, is the housing disparity that leads to low education and dropouts, which also leads to poor overall schooling and education amongst our youth. Primarily, that could lead us 5 different places. You're going to get into the workforce. You're going to go to college. You're going to go to the military right after school. And if you don't choose one of those 3 choices of work, your line of work, you're eventually going to jump into the criminal justice system, or you're going to be dead. And that's what we're faced with our young community. So that drop out, the poor schooling, like I said, it primarily leads the blacks into entering the criminal justice system. And because of the media's influence through music, motion picture comes the prejudice, which means that blacks typically get double the time for the same crime. Blacks typically are not offered the best jobs or make proper investments with their money because of all these generational curses that I've mentioned. So we just have to do better. We just have to teach our children, teach your neighbor's children. I remember when we could walk down, if you walk down the street and your neighbor saw you doing something, they gonna get on you, and they gonna tell your mama so your mama can get on you. We can't beat the kids, we can't whoop them, but don't be afraid to teach these children, even if they're not yours. Check my kids each and every time. I beg y'all, check them, get them together for me. But all these 5 generational curses, the family curses, ancestral curses, generational hereditary curses, and the spiritual belief and the religious belief could also be a curse that could be breaking down your community. So do what you have to do in your community to build your community.
Yep. Amen. She just took us to church, y'all. We are about to close out. So if you guys do not have any more questions, or if you have any more questions or comments, go ahead for the next minute and go ahead and get that posted so we can have Wanakee answer it. We've already, guys, listen. I've been on my lives 45 minutes to 60 minutes, literally, because we all got lives, we got stuff to do. We have been on here over 90 minutes. That was not expected. Ooh. But it was good information because we don't talk about these issues. And that's why it goes, because people had comments and questions. You had a lot of information to give, but that's why we need to speak on these more and more. As you can see, this live went way, way over. Dean said you guys know Willie Lynch Jr.
We don't know him, but we want to know him.
I've heard of him. I've really heard of him. I think I used to follow him on Instagram. I'm not sure. Not sure. But anyway, if you guys do not have any more questions or comments, we're going to leave out. Wanakee, stay on just for a minute after I leave out this live. Did you want to go ahead and list off those events though?
Yeah, I'm off of the event. So you guys, on the 26th of September, there's going to be another business expo hosted by BJ and Mossy. It's the Bossy Experience. Yes. An expo. It's going to be at Blackman's Plaza. Yes. I'll be there as a vendor. We have wonderful guest speakers. Please make sure you guys come out then.
I will be a guest speaker there.
Also, a fashion show, photo shoot I have going on with Kyra. There's a community baby shower. This is going to be big. Miss Dula Bean is the host of this community baby shower. Miss Dula Bean is a maternity coach that we have in our city. She's from the city and she's willing to give back to the city. And so you have to continuously you have to continuously uplift those type of people that want to do the work of so many. So the community baby shower, I'm also going to be a vendor there, and I'm speaking there as well, and I'm excited about that. Look, I had to go take a public speaking class, Charity, but I'm excited about that. Make sure you guys come there. November. Before I get to November, of course, you guys know Kyra's Closet is doing a Halloween party right there, 6400 West Main. Her and all those Black business owners, they do it every year. I think last year was really big. So be on the lookout for that information about the Halloween party. There's going to be a toy drive and a coat drive. Never Legal Promotions is going to be covering the toy drive and the coat drive. So we can give back to the homeless and to the children of our city who don't have parents. You know, everybody's basically unemployed right now. A lot of people still are. So Christmas is going to be different. And the less of an impact, a different impact that we have on our community, the better it is. No child should have to know what parents are going through financially. So we're going to do that toy drive and that coat drive. And on the 21st of November, I'm
sorry.
In St. Louis.
He said they need donations too. So anybody that's on here, they need donations.
Coat drive, toy drive, you can get with myself, Wanakee Henry, James Alexander from Never Legal Promotions, Courtney Woolery. She owns Tipsy Tequila. She also does, manicures, pedicures. She's also a new member of Never Legal Promotions, and she's also going to be helping with that. So if anybody is curious, what is Never Legal Promotions? Look, we are all from the city. We are all business owners, and we are all inspiring to bring the community together to do great things. A lot of us own, like I said, a lot of us own businesses. So the promotional team is all of us helping share your business, promote for you, and just get the information out there. That he has artists that he promote. He helps me with my modeling. So Never Legal, James Alexander, Alonzo, CJ, big shout out to you guys, and thank you guys for always being there for me. I don't have any brothers, so you are my brothers. Grease, I appreciate you being there for me all the time as well. Darrell Washington, you are amazing, and don't stop doing what you're doing. You've always been an inspiration to me as well. So I thank all of you guys for watching this, and make sure to hit us up at one of these expos, one of these events, or on our Facebook or Instagram information. You can always inbox me if you got questions.
Yes, and once again, my information, all my social media sites and websites, along with Wanakee's, is in the caption of this video. So you guys can connect with us after this. And that is all that we have, and we are out. Thank you guys for chiming in. Black on Black, what her attire says. Thank you guys again, and we